Hello students and welcome to EduTap. So guys, your SEBI Grade A Phase 1 exam is just around the corner and we have started providing you the previous year questions for your convenience and for your comprehension to understand basically what kind of questions are asked and what is the difficulty level of the questions in the exam. So in this video we are going to cover the previous year questions for the year 2022. So guys, this paper was conducted in 2022 and this is a memory based paper for your SEBI Grade A for English language. So guys, before we go any further, let me inform you about the comprehensive SEBI Grade A guidebook that we have prepared for you. Now this is a well curated book which includes all the PYQs with the detailed solution for all the subjects, for all the parts which you need: quants, reasoning, English, and then it tells you everything about the paper, everything about your consistency, your what you need, what should be your strategy. And this ebook is absolutely free of cost. The link is given in the description of the video. You can go download this book and use it for your preparation. All right guys, chaliye. So let's start with this guys. Just give me a second guys. I'll just prepare it for you. So let's look at the questions. First of all guys, first we have reading comprehension based questions. So you were given a passage where certain words are given in bold, and then you have your questions 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think there were 10 questions based on your comprehension part. Then there are questions based on error detection, wherein you are given sentences to locate to locate any error if there is in the sentence. So what we are going to do, we are going to just give me a second guys. All right, right. So there were five error detection based questions, and then there were five questions based on your rearrangement. So you were given rearrangement based questions, Parajumbles basically, and we are going to solve these questions guys herein, and we are going to provide you detailed solutions for all the questions. So let's start. So guys, this is the comprehension passage. Let's read it, and then we will get to the questions. So a primitive seabird that prospered about 85 million years ago along the warm shallow inland sea that once split North America boasted what scientists are calling a surprising blend of traits from its dinosaur ancestors and modern avian characteristics. Four new fossils of Ichthyornis, which had both a beak and teeth and lived a lifestyle like modern gulls, offer striking evidence of this Cretaceous period bird's important position in avian evolutionary history. Researchers said on May 2, while Ichthyornis fossils were first unearthed in 1870s, the new ones from Kansas and Alabama chalk deposits, including a beautifully preserved skull, reveal far more about it than previously known. Birds evolved from small feathered dinosaurs. Unlike the earliest known birds like Archeo, Archaeopteryx, which lived 150 million years ago, Ichthyornis was a strong flyer, its body streamlined, simplified, and adapted for the flight like modern birds. Yale University paleontologist Bharat Anjan Buller said its primitive characteristics were largely in its skull. Despite the modernity of its body and wings, it retained almost a full complement of dinosaurian teeth, and it had a strong bite with large dinosaurian jaw muscles. However, it perceived its world and thought like a bird, with a bird's enormous eyes and expanded modern-looking brain, Buller added. Now, while older primitive birds like Confuciusaurus from 125 million years ago spotted a beak, the small one on Ichthyornis was the first known to have modern attributes like a pincer tip for grasping, pecking, and fine manipulation. Its sharp teeth probably would have assisted in holding onto slippery marine prey, while the incipient beak at the tips of its jaw probably would have allocated it to manipulate objects with fine dexterity, such as modern birds can do, and preen its feathers. University of Bath paleontologist Daniel Field said, Ichthyornis was the size of a tern with a 2-foot wingspan and probably 8 fish and shellfish. It shared the skies with flying reptiles called Pretorius, Pterosaurus when dinosaurs dominated the land. Toothed birds vanished along with the dinosaurs and many other species after an asteroid impact 66 million years ago. Fossils like those of Ichthyornis and Cretaceous-toothed diving bird Hesperornis were cited by the 19th century naturalist Charles Darwin as strong support for his theory of evolution. Ichthyornis shows the ways in which evolution is both complex and elegant, permissive of individual changes and massive integrated transformations, Buller said. So this was the passage, guys. Now let's look at the questions. To which species does Pterosaurus belong to? Seabird, flying reptiles, dinosaurs, diving bird और feathered dinosaur. Pterosaurus आई थिंक हमने अभी अभी पढ़ा था. कहाँ पे था? आई थिंक इट वाज यहाँ पे तो ठीक है. ये रहा. It shared the last paragraph, second line. It shared the skies with flying reptiles called pterosaurs. So they were flying reptiles. So second option number B is your correct answer. Who among the following did not give the theory of evolution? Charles Darwin, Bharat Anjan Buller, या Daniel Field. Which of them did not give the theory of evolution? डार्विन ने तो दिया ही था. भारत अंजन बुलर, डेनियल फील्ड ने क्या कहा है? सो ये भी कह रहा है कि देखो एज एज मॉडर्न बर्ड्स कैन डू, तो ये भी थ्योरी ऑफ एवोल्यूशन की बात कर ही रहा है. बुलर ने भी बोला है कि दे हैव ट्रांसफॉर्म्ड इंटीग्रेटेड ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन, सो ये भी करेक्ट है. चार्ल्स डार्विन का पैसेज में कोई मेंशन नहीं है गाइस. देखो वैसे रियलिटी में दिया होगा ज़रूर उसने, बट पैसेज में कोई चार्ल्स डार्विन का मेंशन नहीं था, तो ओनली ऑप्शन 2 एंड 3 वर करेक्ट. सो ऑल एक्सेप्ट 1. सो ऑप्शन बी इज योर करेक्ट आंसर वंस अगेन. Next question. The above passage is likely to be extracted from a scientific magazine, newspaper, or journal. I think it is taken from a news. It can be taken not from a journal, but it can be a newspaper and it can be a scientific magazine as well. So yes, all except 3. So option D, option 4 is correct. Now next question number 4. Toothed birds vanish along with the dinosaurs as many other species after an dash ago, after an asteroid impacted 66 million years. 66 million or trillion? नहीं, I think million ही था, but फिर भी confirm कर लेते हैं एक बार. Yes, 66 million years ago ये given है ना, तो 66 million years ago asteroid. Right. So option 1 is your correct answer. Next, when did the Ichthyornis fossils were first unearthed? 85 million years ago, 125 million years ago, on May 2, in 1870s, or 66 million years ago. So first they were initially unearthed in the 1870s, but later on उनके नए fossils भी मिले थे. So option D is your correct answer. Which among the following species had its primitive characteristics largely in its skull? Archaeopteryx, Hesper, ये तो given ही नहीं है, ये भी गिवन नहीं है, ये गिवन है इक्थियोरिस. सो विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग स्पीशीज हैज इट्स प्रिमिटिव कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स लार्जली इन इट्स स्कल. स्कल की बात कहाँ पे हो रही थी गाइस? आई थिंक यहाँ कहीं पे बात हो रही थी, but largely in its skull. So yes. So उसने बोला unlike the earliest known birds like Archaeopteryx, which lived 150 million years ago, Ichthyornis was a strong flyer. Its body streamlined, simplified, and adapted for the flight like modern birds. Its primitive characteristics was largely in its skull. हाँ, तो राइट. सो आई थिंक ये इसकी बात हो रही है. सो इक्थर्निस इज द करेक्ट आंसर हियर. सो ऑप्शन 5, ऑप्शन ई इज योर करेक्ट आंसर. नेक्स्ट, एज यूज्ड इन द लास्ट पैराग्राफ, व्हाट डू यू अंडरस्टैंड बाय द वर्ड प्रीन? अपने फेदर्स को प्रीन करना, क्लीन करना, पिटी करना, प्योर करना, टीयर करना या फियर करना? नहीं, क्लीन करना. प्रीन इज क्लीनिंग. सो ऑप्शन 1 इज द करेक्ट आंसर. इक्थियोर्निस हैव अ विंग स्पैन ऑफ 2 फुट 2 इंचेस 2 मीटर्स. आई थिंक 2 फुट का वहाँ पे मेंशन था, बट फिर भी कंफर्म कर लेते हैं एक बार. बट आई एम श्योर 2 फुट ही मेंशन किया था. हाँ, ये रहा 2 फुट विंग स्पैन. हाँ, तो सो ऑप्शन A is your correct answer. Next, the tone of the author in reference to the above passage is informative, doubtful, controversial, mocking, or criticizing. Guys, it is informative. Next, as used in the first paragraph, avian is used for what reference? Related to artists. Avian birds होता है aviary, not aliens, not human species, not insects. The correct answer is option B, relating to birds. Avian. So aviary, avian. So these are birds. So option B is correct here. चले गाइस, ये तो थे आपके कॉम्प्रिहेंशन के क्वेश्चन. अब करते हैं अपने एरर डिटेक्शन के और फिर अपने रीअरेंजमेंट के क्वेश्चन. चलिए, तो यू आर गिवन अ सेंटेंस इन विच हैज बीन ब्रोकन इनटू 5 पार्ट्स. यू हैव टू फाइंड विच पार्ट हैज एन एरर इन इट. इफ देयर इज नो एरर, then choose option 5. So let's read the sentence. Climate change in Glasgow, scheduled later this year, is to come down with a domestic climate plan that explains to the citizens how it will bring green development in this decade, specifying a target by sector for each year. So I think इसमें ये क्या है, come down नहीं come up होना चाहिए. Climate change in Glasgow scheduled later this year is to come down with या is to come up with. So it should be come up with a new plan. So guys, what does come up mean? It means to bring forward a new plan, to basically establish a new plan. So it should not be come down, it should be come up with a new plan. So option B, I feel, is the incorrect part here. So climate change in Glasgow scheduled later this year is to come up with a domestic plan that explains to the citizens how it will bring green development in this decade, specifying a target by sector. Next question, guys. Bringing clean renewable energy to low income countries would enable more women and girls to gain access to education, as without electricity they often lack the means to study after the nightfall. Yes, guys. So, is there any error in the sentence? Bringing clean renewable energy to low income countries would enable more women and girls to gain access to education. यहाँ तक ठीक है. As without electricity, they often lack the means to study after nightfall. The sentence is absolutely correct, guys. There is no error in the sentence. So option 5 was the correct answer. Next question, guys. The discovery of two new species of dinosaurs, namely Ceratoscops infridus and Rhyprovenator millenaria, which likely roamed the south of England 125 million years ago, have shed new light on the predators. I think subject verb agreement की गलती है, guys. Subject यहाँ क्या है? Discovery. The discovery of two new species of dinosaurs, namely so and so, which likely roam around the South England 125 million years ago, have shed or has shed new light on the predators. So the discovery of two new species has shed light on the predators. So option D was your erroneous part here. So option D is your correct answer. It should be has, not have. Next question, guys. The diameter of a single cylindrical DNA component is always the same regardless to whether it forms part or a fruit fly or a beech tree. Okay, so the diameter of a single cylindrical DNA component is always the same regardless of whether it forms part of fruit fly or a bird beech tree. So it should be regardless of, not regardless to. So I think option C is incorrect here. So option 3 is your correct answer, guys. So regardless of. Next question, guys. Their most significant gains have been in the north half of the country, a traditional stronghold of the US allied warlords who helped defeat them in 2001. So their most significant gains have been in the north half of the country, a traditional stronghold of the US allied world warlords who helped defeat them in 2001. It should not be north half, northern half होता है. North is a direction. जब आप हेमिस्फीयर की बात करते हैं तो उसको हम नदन बोलते हैं. सो देयर मोस्ट सिग्निफिकेंट गेन्स हैव बीन इन द नदर हाफ ऑफ द कंट्री, नॉट नॉर्थ हाफ. इट शुड बी नदर्न हाफ ऑफ द कंट्री. सो ऑप्शन बी इज इनकरेक्ट हियर. So these were your error detection questions, guys, and let's go to your Parajumbles based questions, guys. So we are given 5 questions on this and we have to solve them after reading this. So let's read and let's solve it, guys. Over the past year, perceptions of relative US economic power have declined in many of America's key trading partners and allies. Okay, following the onset of the financial crisis nearly a decade ago, Europeans increasingly named China rather than the US as the world's leading economic power. Okay, this year, however, the pattern has reversed itself again, and in countries such as Germany and the UK and Spain, China is once more seen as occupying the top spot. But in recent years, the American economy slowly recovered. The pendulum began to swing back in the direction of the US. Okay, the trend can be seen in several European countries where views about the economic balance of power have fluctuated in the recent years. Okay, so I think Yes, guys, American key trading partner lies, okay. I think it should be first should be following the onset of financial crisis nearly a decade ago. In the recent years, I think a decade ago, I think chronologically अगर देखें तो B should be first following the onset of financial crisis nearly a decade ago. Europeans increasingly named China rather than the US as the world's leading economic power. Then it should be E. The trend can be seen in several European countries where views about economic balance of power have fluctuated in the recent year. Now, then, over the past year, perceptions of relative US economic power have declined in many of the America's key trading partners and allies. Uh, but in the no, I think it should not be three. This should be option D should be third. But in recent years, as the American companies slowly recovered, the pendulum began to swing back in the direction of the US. Have declined in many of the. Then it should be A over the past year. But this year, however, the pattern has reversed itself again, and in countries such as Germany, the UK, China is once more seen as the occupying spot. बड़ा अजीब सा था यार. So it should be B, then E, then D, then A, B, E, D, A, and then C. B, E, D, A, C. Now you can answer the questions, guys. First statement is B, right? So option B is correct. B, E, D, A, C. Second is B, E. So it should be option 5. B, D, then option 4. Then fourth is A, and last is C. BEDAC. So once you solve Parajumbles, then it becomes very easy for you to solve such questions after this. So guys, these were the questions that were given to the aspirants in the year 2022. I hope this has helped you in your preparation and in your journey ahead, and I hope this will give you the right insight into your exam, what you should target for this year. Now guys, before we wrap up the session, I would also like to inform you about our courses, the courses that we have launched for you. Now guys, what you have to do, you just have to go to your Google and type edutap.in, and as you type edutap.in, you land on our homepage and you'll see all your courses available to you. So guys, you'll see SEBI Grade A courses. You click on this, scroll down, and you'll find all your courses available to you. Now guys, this is a phase 2 test series. This is a phase 1 plus phase 2 test series. Now it has all the chapter wise mock tests, solve PYQs, full length test, current affairs mock tests, and then you have your courses. This is your phase 1 plus phase 2 live crash course which is going on, where live classes are conducted. This is a SEBI silver course for phase 2, where only for phase 2, where you can prepare for phase 2 and interview, and this is a one-stop solution for all your needs. Phase 1 plus phase 2 plus interview, this is a gold course. Now in this you have your live classes, concept notes, summary sheets, everything is available to you in this course, so you don't need to worry about anything else beyond this. So we are offering flat 15% discount on this, and we are offering 73% discount on our crash course. So you can also join this and attend live classes herein. So guys, this was it for your SEBI Grade A 2022 exam, English language questions, and I hope this will give you more insightful information about the level and the difficulty of the exam. So if you have any doubts or any queries, you can call us on this number during the office hours, which is 8146207241, or you can also drop us an email at hello@edutap.co.in. So that's our official email ID. So thank you so much, guys. I wish you all the very best for your preparation, and keep on working hard, keep on giving your best, and I'm sure you will do very well in the long run. So thank you once again, and happy learning to all of you.